Hi everyone, I'm Nadia, and in today's video I'm making beautiful resin beach coasters. I'm mixing my part A and part B resin together for several minutes, and in today's video I'm using craft resin, which is a 1:1 ratio by volume. I'll leave links in my description along with a 10% discount code if you'd like to give it a try for yourself. After my resin is mixed well, I separate it into smaller cups to add in my pigments. The first pigment I'm using is Craft Resin's mica powder in the shade Emerald Green, followed by their turquoise mica powder. And in a separate cup, I add in some craft sand as well as these tiny little glass pieces. And I start applying the sand into the bottom of the molds. I use the same wooden stick to help adjust the placement a little bit. And I pour a little bit of clear resin into each mold. I use a torch gun to pop any air bubbles, and whenever you're using a torch gun, always be careful to move it very quickly so that you don't burn your resin or your molds. Then I pour my emerald pigmented resin near the center. Followed by my turquoise pigmented resin at the top of each mold. And I use a silicone makeup brush to help blend the colors together. I have some seashells here that I've collected at the beach, and I carefully add them into the sand area. I use a thin wooden stick to help adjust their placement, but also to push them down into the sand so that they stick up as little as possible. And I also added in some larger broken glass pieces. And here I am the next day demolding. I use an X-Acto knife to help get rid of any lifted edges, and this will help me to create a beautiful domed effect in these coasters. Now I'm prepping them to do layers of resin out of the mold, so I'm flipping each coaster onto the back and applying liquid latex. Liquid latex will protect the bottom edges of the coaster from any resin that flows over and prevent it from curing onto the bottom side. This will then easily be able to get peeled off the next day. And I have my liquid latex in this SketchUp bottle for easy application. I use a silicone makeup brush to help push the latex to the very edge. I come back in around 30 minutes and the liquid latex hasn't dried, but it's dried just enough so that I'll be able to turn the coaster around onto a cup and the latex won't budge. So I go ahead and prop each coaster up onto a cup, and you'll want to make sure that your cups are level as well as your working table. And then I mix in my resin once more. And once my resin is mixed together well, I start to pour onto each coaster. Again, I use my silicone makeup brush to help spread the resin and make sure that it's covered every single area. Except that I'm going to be leaving the sand area without resin, and this will help to prevent the resin getting pushed back into that sand area when I'm blowing out the waves. And I separate a small amount of resin to add in my white pigment for the waves. I'm going to be using just Resin's pigment paste in the shade Titanium White. Always be sure to mix pigment paste in the container first before you add some into your cup of resin. And this is our all-time favorite white pigment to use for the waves. I'll have a link in my description as well as a discount code that you can use to try it out. Then I start to apply the white pigmented resin along the shoreline. And I use a heat gun to blow out the waves. If you'd like a more detailed video on how to achieve waves and lacing in resin, I'll leave a video linked above. And I come back the next day to do one final layer of resin. I use an Edding gold marker to add my gold trim. I'll have all of the products that you see in this video listed in the description. And here's the final product. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future. Follow me on my Instagram, Summer Girl Designs, and my mom's Instagram, Wild Heart Resin Art.